Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market video, I'm going to focus on the four horses of the economy: the semiconductors, home builders, financials, and retail. Let's see how they look at this point in the market cycle. Okay, here's SMH, and it was down $1.60 on Friday, but it doesn't look real huge in here. Of course, they had a big day on Thursday, but then, NVIDIA hit, and I'm hopefully, you know what? As soon as I get done with SMH, let's take a look at NVIDIA. But here's where I'm still thinking this is going. I'm still thinking we got another leg down in here. This is the daily chart. It's broken out of this upward channel in here at its end. Went sideways for a while. Now we're breaking down. We broke through this level in here at around 96 or so, 95, 96. And now I think we're going to continue to channel on down in here. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. And this is the bigger picture. Now, a lot of these, you're going to see a lot of these ETFs have broken out of this, broken down, sideways, then down, out of the two and a half year channel. The bull, basically the last bull leg, okay, of the market in here. And so now the next test, and I think this is where they're all heading, is going to be the entire bull market trend line from 2009. Okay, that's what I think is going to be the next target and the next challenge. Sorry for that. Okay, so that's the picture on SMH. Let's take a quick look. Let me see if I can pull up the video by typing it in. NVDA. And this is the weekly chart of NVIDIA. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just incredible. Look where it's back. It's back to, August 2017. And what's interesting about this is, look, this is the week of September 30th that it was hitting 52-week all-time highs. And we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks later. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart and zoom in here. Let's do this. You can see how dramatic. Okay, so here's the high close. October 1st. October 1st. The high close that day was $289.84. And we closed today at 164.38. 289 to 164 in about 5 weeks. Pretty incredible. And who's to say that this is done? Okay, so that's the picture there. Let's take a look at the home builders. Okay, so this is the technical analysis chart. Let me go to the daily Elliott wave picture. And this is still looking, it was up 22 cents on Friday, so not much of a movement. The trend is down. I'm still thinking that we have one more move down in here before we complete this third wave. That's what I'm thinking anyway, based on what I'm seeing in the wave structure. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can see basically what I'm doing is I'm looking from this high. And what is this high? Back in January 2018. Okay, so this is the January high. Okay, and if we look at the weekly chart, we had this trend line, major trend line that has been broken. Okay, so this is one of the ETFs. So the SMH semiconductors did not have this, but the home builders have broken down out of this bull market trend. Okay, the interesting thing about this is this is the high. I'm thinking, oh, I did this on retail. This is the high back in 2006, okay, before the market peaked. And so where did home builders, they came down like this, and here's where the stock market peaked. It was October of 2007. So look what the home builders were doing even before the Dow and the S&P peaked back in 2007. Okay, so we've started a similar type thing, although not quite as dramatic. Okay, and I don't think anything is going to, nothing repeats exactly. So I would be shocked if the major problem, if there's a major problem that erupts in the market and in the economy, I'd be shocked if it's related to the housing market again. But this is what's going on. And when did a lot of the indices peak? They except for the New York Composite, everything else clawed to a slight new high in August, at the end of August. Well, what was housing doing? Look what housing is doing in here, and the indices were clawing to slightly new highs in here. And then we got this collapse that's occurring. So pretty negative picture here on home builders. And we'll take a look at the financials, XLF. This is the weekly view. Again, the last leg, the last 2.5 years has been broken. It's been chopping sideways, and then here October breaking down. Here's the target, just like I talked about on SMH. Here's the target of the bull market move, and you can see this is the bigger picture. And yeah, I'm looking at this from a pretty bearish view because my overall market opinion and structure is fairly bearish right now, given where we're at. It's, I'm not always a bear. Believe me, I've made a lot of good money to the upside, but the market is what the market is. And right now, this is what I think is playing out here in the financials. And so I am watching for the next leg to the downside in the financials, and they've been acting fairly weak. I mean, lower lows, lower highs. This is a weekly chart. Let's take a look at the daily. And let's see. Here's what it was, up 2 cents today. So kind of flat in here after the big move up yesterday. Watch to see, does this play out? This looks like a pretty clear little 5-wave move to the downside here. And then we got this counter trend move back up. So that's the picture on financials. That's what I'm looking for. And then the last one we'll take a look at is retail, XRT. And we're looking at a daily chart. I do not have an Elliott wave on this. But here's what I want to look at with the retail. Here's the prior high in retail back here in 2015, March of 2015. We broke above it earlier this year, in August, with that push up when a lot of the indices were peaking. Okay, here it is, August 23rd and 22nd, 23rd. And then all of a sudden we're getting this collapse, and we're collapsing down. Now, we haven't broken any 2-year trend line. Well, we've definitely broken a 1-year trend line, okay? So this goes all the way back. Where's the low? The low's here August of 2017. So here's the uptrend. We've broken down out of that. We got a pull back to the trend line and the kiss goodbye. And now it rolled over and seems to be trending back down. Let's take a quick look at the weekly chart. And you can see the picture on how it looks on the weekly chart. It was down $2.19 for the week. Been a pretty strong rally, pretty strong run, but you pump a lot of money into the economy, and yeah, it's going to go into the retail sector. Consumer seems to want to spend it. All right, so that is the picture here on retail, and now we'll watch and see what kind of follow through, how negative does this get as we're moving into Christmas and the end of the year. Okay, that's the end of this update. If you'd like to get more insight in what's going on with the S&P 500, the Dow, the NASDAQ, etc., head on over to my website and subscribe to my email list. It's free. And don't forget, hit the like button and share the video. Have a great weekend, everyone.